We do have a minute.
Oh, wait.
It's going to take a minute for it to finish connecting to Facebook.
We don't want anybody to miss any part of this excitement.
All right, we are now live on Facebook.
Perfect timing. Ready to go?
Yep.
All right, good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Peterborough Select Board meeting. We're still in New Hampshire, and it's July 7th, 2020. I'm Tyler Ward. With me this evening is fellow Select Board members Karen Hatcher and Bill Taylor. We also have Deputy Town Administrator Nicole McStay and the one and only Rodney Bartlett, Town Administrator. We'll hear an update on our 2020 town meeting. There has been a protest petition filed against the one zoning amendment article. And then we'll discuss that a little bit, and we'll also give an update on the preparation for town meeting. And then don't forget to join us at 6:30 p.m. with Police Chief Scott Gennard and Fire Chief Ed Walker, along with Karen Hatcher, for a report out on our racial justice and policing session. That's again at 6:30, a separate Zoom meeting. Find that on the town's website. If you're watching us, you're either on Facebook Live. If you miss anything, you can always check back on that. That should be streaming for a while and then archived. We're also on USTREAM on the town's website. And again, Comcast Channel 22 for the diehard TV people out there. We'll have to approve some minutes from June 16th of this year, 2020, that Allie Kreutz has set up for us. She's also somewhere taking notes for this one. We have Fosh Farashahi in-house at the townhouse setting up all this technical business to get us through all this. I think we've had a great run with our Zoom meetings and select board. We've had nice interaction with townspeople through Facebook Live, and I think we met the challenge of COVID-19 fairly well, and thanks again to all staff and everybody that's worked through this 2020 town meeting. Where are we?
Who's reporting?
Rodney?
Okay, we'll go right to the 2020 preparation. As we've put out there, we'll be voting at the community center down on Elm Street. As you look at the original layout, we've reversed the entrance and exit to provide more area and space for social distancing for people who are in line to go through the ballot clerks and vote. We have a lot of signage we'll have. It looks like it'll work pretty good inside because we've already got it essentially set up. So we're good with that layout. I actually have a meeting scheduled tomorrow morning with all the stakeholders in that process. Linda Guyette, town clerk, Phil Runyon, town moderator, Nicole, myself, Seth, and a couple others to make sure we have all the pieces and parts in the right place and be able to carry that off. Well, one of the good results of our absentee ballot effort is that we've had a lot of ballots come in, ballot requests, and we're processing them daily and getting them mailed out. So hopefully that will lessen the amount of people that actually go through the physical voting down at the community center. But I think we're in pretty good shape. We'll wrap up the details tomorrow. We'll send out an email to the board and others as to what the process will be. The one thing we should do tonight is determine what hours the board members will be at the polls on Tuesday from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m.
Well, I'm willing to take the early shift if you guys want me to.
Well, I can't be there, so it's up to you guys to figure the day
Oh,
out.
are you not going to be there at all, Tyler?
He
Well,
can't be.
I'm on the
He's on the
ballot.
ballot.
You're on the ballot. Oh,
Yeah.
oh, correct. So we have to split the 12 hours,
File to be on the ballot.
So Bill, if I take 7 to 1, can you do the afternoon?
I guess so.
Well, can we?
That's
What-
what's all day, right?
Yeah, well, there'll be Phil Runyon, town moderator, will be there. He's
Right.
usually there a lot, and then
They're all day.
Nolan fills in for him. Do we need a full select board presence the whole day?
It's required. Yeah, you have to
even
have
though it's
at
gonna be
least
lighter.
one.
Well, Bill, when I can do most of the day if you're working.
I'm all right.
Okay. So I'll do 7 to 1 and you can do 1 to 7?
Yep.
Okay.
Unless you wanted to deputize somebody to fill in for a few hours.
Well,
Ooh.
it's okay. I mean, it's
I have a couple ideas.
there's great whoopie pies there in the kitchen to sustain us all day. I don't know who makes those, but they're really good.
Your math? Okay, 1 to 4. I'm in, or 7.
Okay.
Oof.
Well, I suppose if we need a break, we can take a break. We'll figure it out and get somebody to stand in. But
No one likes to hang out there.
okay. So who's eligible to stand in for us? Someone who's been on the select board before?
Anyone who is eligible to be a member of the select board is eligible to be a select board pro tem, which is essentially what you'd be doing.
Anyone who's eligible to be on the select board. So
Yeah.
any member of the community?
Yeah,
Need
who's
voting.
registered to vote has to be a U.S. resident or U.S. citizen.
So, there are former select board members in the community who might have some time, who might be interested, could be watching this tonight. Reach out. We could use your help. Okay, well, we have a setup, but if we get some volunteers, that'd be nice too.
They'll have to keep their health in mind too, though. So
Yeah, right.
Oh, masks for sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
no stickers this year, right? Because you can't, unless you have a 6-foot stick to stick it on somebody.
Yeah, sorry, no stickers.
Can we just peel them off and then
Throw 'em.
lock them? and-
Throw them?
Sure.
Sure. Yeah, I guess we'll have to pass on that one.
Rodney, when you say that we've had a lot of absentee ballots, we talking about 150 or 1,500 in so far?
A lot. I would think we're probably in the neighborhood of 500 or 600 at this point.
That's really good.
Okay.
Yeah.
And they continue to come in daily. Town clerk's office is processing daily and getting them back out in the mail. Trying to make sure everybody has the opportunity to fill it out, mail it back, drop it off.
I would mention also that it's a 3-page ballot. So what we've discovered is that it's 65 cents if you mail back. So if you're going to need additional postage beyond 1 stamp, if you're mailing back.
That might be something we should put on the website.
Yeah, that's a good call.
We also did discuss that if we do get some that are postage due, we have some funds through CARES Act for elections
Okay.
that we might be able to offset, so we don't have to send them back. But just to say,
About that money out of the fountain, can we use that?
money in the fountain.
It's earmarked for the food pantry.
I'm not sure there's a lot of money in that fountain.
Yeah.
And as
Yeah.
far as returning them, I did see somebody look like, it was Sundays and they were looking to drop an envelope in the slot on the front door. That is not the way to bring back your absentee ballot, correct?
That is correct.
Yeah.
Either should be mailed back or made arrangements for the town clerk to drop them off directly.
Okay.
Okay. Kate Kuhn asks if we have PPE for poll workers. Yes, we will have PPE available for the poll workers. Absolutely. Which does include gloves. I'm
Great.
not seeing any other, let's see. Sonia J has asked about changing an address from a recent move. You'll need to do that either, you could do that at the polls or after the polls. Unfortunately, I think the supervisor of the checklist are meeting tonight.
That's correct.
So this is the last opportunity to make any changes to your voter registration would be at the supervisor's meeting tonight.
What time is that meeting?
That is at 6 and they're meeting at the townhouse.
They're set up right inside the front door.
Yeah. So
Okay.
that would be the last opportunity, Sonia, unless you come to the polls next Tuesday. Okay. And yes, Ivy, any citizen registered to vote can be a selectman pro tem. So
Is that does that sound like a, oh no, she's on the ballot as well. So that's
she's
not a
also on the
volunteer.
ballot. She cannot volunteer. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll get some volunteers possibly.
Not on the ballot, but others.
Right.
Well, now that we know that there's at least 500 of them already sent in, it's not going to prove to be the most thrilling day at the polls.
Probably going to be quiet. That's okay.
Okay, we did receive a protest petition. You saw the memo in your packet. Protest petitions, a group of petitioners can get together if they feel that a zoning amendment that's being proposed on the ballot is ill-advised and should go to a higher standard before it's adopted. That higher standard would be a higher number of votes voted for in favor of it to pass town meeting. So a protest petition was submitted for zoning amendment 1, which is on the ballot this year, which calls for, that was a petition warrant article, a petition zoning amendment, which calls for the repeal of TNOZ 1. We took, Fosh and I did quite a bit of work to pull together the list of property owners that qualify for to sign a protest petition to force a vote to go to that higher 2/3 standard. After going through it and refining it, I think we're at the point where we can say that, yes, the protest petition is valid. I'm at the place, and as I go through it now, I have a few, there's a few signatures that I still need to validate for one reason or another. But once those are validated, they're only going to add to the validation of the protest petition. So I believe zoning amendment 1 will have to get 2/3 vote for passage.
Okay.
Okay.
I feel like I've seen this movie before.
Feels like Groundhog Day, for sure.
All right then.
So there is that notice that you'll have to sign that'll get posted at the voting place.
Right.
And we have that language that was included in the memo that I submitted with your packet. That language reads, "You are hereby notified that pursuant to RSA 675:5, a signed protest petition against zoning amendment 1 was submitted to the select board on June 30th, 2020. A favorable vote of 2/3 of all members of the legislative body present and voting shall be required to adopt zoning amendment 1.
Nicole, where will we sign that? Will we, in advance of voting day?
Yeah, I'll have Ally send that out electronically for your signature.
Okay, great.
Nice.
Thank you.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't know if you have any questions about that, but this is just like in last year. Once the protest petition has been received by the select board, which we did on your behalf, it has to go through. It has to be put to, the vote has to go to that 2/3 standard for passage. So this really isn't up for debate whether or not it should be done. It really has to be done. And like I said, we've already done that kind of first tier of validating the protest petition, and I believe that it passes that.
So Nicole, can you just speak to, for those who don't understand what the validation process is?
Yep.
Can you explain it, please?
I'll do my best.
Just,
It's,
not, just
yeah,
enough.
it's a really complicated thing, so it's really hard to simplify it. But generally speaking, if you have a zoning amendment that affects less than 1/3 of the town's total land area, that zoning amendment can be put to a protest petition, which means that a group of persons owning property, not necessarily residents of the town, can sign a petition saying that they believe that this should not be adopted, and that it should go to a higher standard of voting before being adopted by the community. Like I said, it has to be signed by property owners, not necessarily residents, and that has to meet the level. They have to have signatures of the property owners of at least 20% of the property that is affected by the proposed amendment. In this case, we're talking about the property that is within the boundaries of TNOZ1, which is simply stated, it's the downtown core of Peterborough. And it's only the properties that are within the general residence or family districts. Because of the way the general residence and family districts within TNOZ1 are laid out, you'll have some properties that are partly in one, partly in another, some properties that are partly in one, another, or in neither. So it really requires a level of analysis of each individual property. We do that using the town's Geographic Information Systems database that Fosh is an expert in. And so he has gone through, he's done that. We refined the list down. We removed all of the government-owned properties pursuant to RSA 675:5. We removed all the right-of-ways, and then we did an acreage calculation to figure out exactly how many acres had to be spoken for by this protest petition, so to speak. And then we went through, made sure that the property owner of record is the person signing it, or the person signing it is a person who has the authority to sign on behalf of the property. If the property is owned, for instance, by an LLC or something like that, the person who signs it has to be the owner or the president or have some kind of authority to sign on behalf of that LLC. So it's a complicated process. There's a lot of steps to it. But in the end, we were able to determine that at least 20% of the property owners of the affected area did sign that protest petition.
Thank you. It's helpful.
Okay. There you have it.
There are a couple things that we could address about that. That the original amendment, zoning amendment, what is it now? What's the number?
It's zoning amendment 1 for this year.
Zoning amendment 1 was submitted by citizens of the town, not the Board of Selectmen or the town administrator or the deputy town administrator. Is that correct?
That is correct.
And the protest petition was submitted on behalf of citizens of the town, not the select board, not the town administrator, not the deputy town administrator.
That's also correct.
In case those questions come up, that now it's all on the record.
Yep.
All right, thanks for clarifying that. Next up, Karen, you're gonna a quick synopsis on the report out for racial justice and policing that with town. I'm excited to see that the town really has made an effort to get something going here. Chief Kennard has been great in this, and it's encouraging to see that Peterborough's taking action.
Yep. Thank you, Tyler. 2 weeks ago, we held the listening session. We had about 70 people attend that Zoom meeting where we listened to what people's concerns were around racial justice and policing. We were all there, and Chief Kennard and Chief Walker as well. And since that time, we've all been meeting, the chiefs, myself, Nicole, varieties of us having conversation about what we heard and distilling down into a report for tonight, what we heard, what actions we plan to take, and what ways the community can support those actions. So tonight will be a report out, and there will be opportunities at the end of the presentation for folks to ask questions of the chiefs, of me, of us, anything they want to know. So Chief has been doing a lot of work. He's been wonderful to work with, and I've heard from him that nearly all of the members of his department have watched the listening session, so they're aware and they know what's been going on. So I'm really excited to take this next step, and I'm really grateful and thankful for all the work that's been done in these 2 weeks to bring us to a point where we can respond thoughtfully to the community. I'm sorry.
It's a huge amount of work.
Yeah, it's good work.
If it's coming down in town, then just call Karen.
Thank you, Bill.
But the chiefs, I mean, the work that they put into it is absolutely incredible.
Top notch, yeah.
And it's just more evidence that all the people that work here are 100% dedicated to what's right for the town that we live in.
Yeah, so I just wanted to confirm, Nicole, that We do have the Zoom information on the homepage because
Yes.
I wasn't sure about that, and I just want to make sure that that is there. I know Ally sent it out in the dispatch
Let me just
um,
double check real
this
quick.
afternoon. And it is all over Facebook. I know people have been sharing it, so I just want to make sure and we are planning to also Facebook Live that and record. So anybody who misses it will be able to see it.
Okay, I don't see it on the front page of the town's website, but it might have gotten bumped down. So I'll look into that as soon as we
Right.
get off of
As soon
this.
as we're
and-
done, we'll make sure it's up. Okay.
Yep.
Thank you.
One comment that came in, oops, hold on. Lisa Princestone asked, what's the opinion of the select board on the protest petition?
No opinion.
We just discussed that. There is no opinion. It's not from us. It's not by us. We're here to do the work of the town. That's not part of it.
Am I allowed a comment? I will make a comment, not an opinion. It's just to say it's a little bit frustrating to find ourselves back here a year later after all the work that we put in following last year. It's a little disappointing. So I just feel like I need to say that. That's all I'll say.
We had, Karen, you'd mentioned the weekly dispatch that went out today. Ally did a phenomenal job on that. Ally Kreutz, again, excellent, really good piece of information. A lot of good things happening. Roads being chip sealed and bus station stop thingies going up. Yeah, good stuff still happening. So
Thingies, that's exactly what it is called, right?
It's been really, it's been a great tool, really. It's a wonderful tool. And if we get more people signing up for that newsletter, you know, our commitment is right to have it through COVID, and we're going to be doing this COVID thing for a while because we ain't out of the woods quite yet. So.
right, and we do not have Chief Walker with us right now, and we have had updates from him regarding COVID, and we have 0 cases, active cases in town right now.
I think he said one.
Yeah, he said that it's showing 1, but that person has since left town.
Oh,
So the thing we can share is that the Rotary, was Rotary, right? Grand Monadnock Rotary Mask Up event is Friday and Saturday at South Meadow School. That was in the dispatch also. Where free masks are being distributed, cloth masks, 2 per person in each family. And there are posters going out about masking up for the summer that the hospital is producing, and we're going to be distributing to all the businesses in town and making sure that folks don't lose sight of the fact that we still need to be really careful because we don't have a vaccine. And this thing is surging in, I think, something like 40 or more states right now. We just happen to be in a good place. So masks, masks, masks.
all right. Anybody read the minutes from June 16th?
Yeah.
They're good, right?
There's something at the
Okay.
end. There was
Oh.
something I caught at the end that was looking for, one of us seconded, but it said who seconded.
Oh, I missed that.
It's at the very last part of the minutes. And so I don't remember who seconded the last motion, but we need to
Who's
put some,
on second?
huh?
Who's on second?
What's on first? I don't know what's on third. So I think we just need to fill in a name there and then they're ready to go.
Okay, so I'd make a motion that we approve the minutes as amended with that name.
I will. Okay.
2 seconds and a unanimous vote. Aye,
Hi.
great.
Okay.
And I have no recollection
I'm
who.
Bill, actually not tech. Right, see,
Okay.
my name's still Bill.
All right, so it's 5:24. We could probably wrap it up, but please do come back and see what's happening with the town at 6:30. It's important. Thank you, everyone. Motion to adjourn?
So move.
Second.
Aye, aye. Good night, everyone.
Hi.
See you later.
See you at 6:30.
Thank you.
Yep.
Okay.